Hello, Sagittarius. I'm going to give you a 15-minute reading, general reading today from two decks of cards for October 2017. So from each deck, I will pick up three cards. I'm not using reverse cards because I think there is enough of symbolism for both negative and positive side or neutral kind of meaning in each deck. And if you feel that you cannot connect to the reading, you can check your rising sign, your moon sign, and you can of course ask for a personal reading. So let's look at and I'm using two decks of cards, Golden Tarot deck by Cat Black, and I will be also using Angels of Abundance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue. So I was guided to use this deck because for some reason, particularly in October, many people are kind of thoughtful about their flow of abundance and prosperity, and so I think this would be some good advice coming from this angel cards. Okay, so let's see what October has in store for Sagittarius 2017. Sagittarius, and I'm imagining a centaur. Okay, so we have Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, and Queen of Swords. So this is an interesting cards. So of course, whenever we talk about fire sign and whenever we have Queen of Wands or Page of Wands, of course we know that this is you guys. So Queen of Wands, if you're a female or even if you're a male person, this represents your fiery energy of creativity, inspiration, and you feel quite confident about yourself, and you will feel quite confident about yourself in October. You're full of ideas, and you are in your full potential, Sagittarius. October will be a month for you for many things that you wanted to get moving. So they will be in progress, in good progress, and you will be very content with that. So if we look at the facial expression of this queen, she is kind of she's happy with what she's doing, and she's thinking about, maybe thoughtful about new ideas or new projects, or she's thinking about the projects that are in progress at this point. And yeah, she has this wand in her hands. And basically, this card, when I look at it, for me, it has the similar energy as the energy that is coming from the card of Magician. It's also like you have all potential of your creativity, of your energy, of your open-mindedness, Sagittarius, to fulfill your goals, to do your projects well. So this is a good card for you. So you're in your strength, and your ideas and your projects are in full swing. Page of Wands, and again, it adds up to this image of being content with what you're doing. And actually, it could be mostly about your workplace and your partnerships, I would say. More about workplace and more about some kind of business enterprises or creativity rather than romance. But with the Page of Wands, this is a very interesting card because it adds up to your feeling content and successful, but it also has this playfulness. It adds up on your feeling of playful about what you're doing. So usually Sagittarius, although they're kind of people who they set up a goal and they just persistently move towards this goal as fast as possibly they can. But at this point, whatever you're doing, now you're not kind of in such a rush anymore. So it's like, if you look at this page, he's on the road, and at some point he decided to stop because he saw these cute rabbits, and rabbits are kind of talking to each other, so it was very funny to watch. And the expression of the face of this figure is also like with this curiosity, and like when we see some funny stuff along our way, we would like to pause, to stop, and enjoy the moment. So I think this card also shows me that whatever you are doing, and you are doing progressively and successfully, it's not without this kind of pauses that will be enjoyable, some enjoyable moments of just fun. And the more you do that, the more successful you will become in the end. So that's how I feel these two cards going hand in hand. So don't be afraid to make some pauses along the way. Don't forget just to stop and look around, and maybe you will see this fun of life. Because sometimes Sagittarius people are too focused on their goal, and they forget about the pleasure of the journey. This card reminds us that we should not forget about the pleasure of the journey. And the more positive and the more playful we feel about that, um, the journey becomes more enjoyable, and your outcome is just part of the journey. It's not just the only thing what we need actually in our life, right? Because sometimes when you, as soon as you get to the destination point, it's kind of okay, so what's next, and you rush into the next one, and you're losing this joy of life. So this card is a very beautiful reminder. Just sometimes you have to stop, to pause, and just enjoy the fun of life. And now we have a Queen of Swords. As much as here I thought that it's you, Sagittarius, representing your energy. This Queen of Swords could be an external influence on your whatever you are doing, and usually it's not that positive in terms of this person could be pushy, intelligent, and yet swords are usually like about decisions that are sometimes made without tact, or the words spoken without tact, or these people usually they forget that maybe the intention is positive, right? So their criticism, and I feel the energy of criticism for you, Sagittarius, from some external force, and it can be also a man, not necessarily a woman. But the point is that this is this butterfly, right? And it represents playfulness and fun that we just talked about on the way. And it doesn't matter how serious the project is, you still have to be aware that there is this butterfly flying around, right? So don't be too serious about things. But Queen of Swords represents the force people who usually are so much focused on seriousness of their job or their workplace or their project that they forget about that heaven is kind of watching. And they have a tendency to cut the cords, push things, be critical, look at the very minor things that are kind of micromanaging, I would say. So most likely, and I hate to say that, but you guys who are so playful and inspirational and motivated to move along with your successful job or project, you're surrounded by people who are like this Queen of Swords. And what is the best advice? Don't take it too seriously. If there is criticism, just look at the positive side. Look at the butterfly side. Don't look at the sword. Because, very often, actually, we can be upset with critical comments about our job or our work, right? Myself included, because I'm Sagittarius by my rising sign. So I hate criticism. Because, you know why? Because I know that I'm doing my best. But when you're just you're so much focused on what you're doing and you are really giving your all, sometimes you don't notice things, right? Which are also important. So people like Queen of Swords, um, they could be Scorpios, they could be Virgos actually, they could be people who are Capricorns also. You know, I'm not doing it as traditional tarot readers because it's all about this critical mind that the person has, and it's not necessarily air signs. I know a lot of air signs who completely are not critical at all, but for example, Virgos and earth signs could be very, very critical, like having two children of earth sign. Oh my God, they're all the time critical of whatever I am doing. But anyways, my point is that it could be any sign. It could be a male, it could be female, but it's a force. It could be a group of people, by the way. But these people are trying, some of them maybe have good intentions. They're trying to make your work more perfect. But sometimes, sorry, sometimes they could be also overly critical. So what is the suggestion here? Just take it easy. Do not take it too seriously. Try to reflect on things they are telling you and remove something that is not worth putting into your work. But if you do not agree with them, maybe they want to cut too much from your work, so just ignore that. That's it. And be playful. Don't be too serious about these critical people in your life. They are very helpful, you know, to polish your work, but they can destroy your inspiration. They can destroy your motivation. So take them easy, okay? And I also need to pull 3 cards from the second deck, okay? So what do Angels of Abundance have in store for Sagittarius for October? Okay, there's one card. Face your financial fears. How can you do that, right? Quiet retreat. Oh, for Sagittarius, it's so hard. We like moving. Windfall of abundance. Oh, look at that. This is beautiful. I'm so happy. Being a rising sun, you know, a rising sign. Sagittarius is my rising sign. So, face your financial fears. When you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. This is a beautiful card. You know, it's again about being fearful or being motivated to continue your work despite obstacles. And here, because this is the focus is on financial fears, when you do not have enough resources, you get stuck and you are fearful of moving along with whatever you want to do because you think, you know what, I don't have enough. I have to wait till the better times come. Um, and I need resources, and you're wishful for more money coming, but it's not coming, right? So you're not doing anything, so it's not positive. So you really have to be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you in fact have nothing to fear, that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. So when it's all about financial fears, we think, well, because of lack, I cannot start a thing. Because of lack, I get stuck. Because of lack of finances, I just have to, you know, change my mind and maybe not to do this anymore. But the card tells us that, you know, it's all in your mind. The more you're in the flow of creative energy, the more abundance is coming to you, and not all, and it's in all possible ways. Energy is money is energy, right? So the more you get rid of your doubts about whatever you want to invest in, the more you believe in yourself that you are capable of doing that despite the current lack, the more you attract financial flow. And yeah, so just be more aware of how your negative thinking about your resources can block your way to success. Quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. I think it's very much the same, in vein with the same advice. So you have to stop thinking negatively and to reflect what blocks you from success in terms of prosperity or money, or whatever resources you are lacking. So you have to quietly retreat and create some time for yourself and be more clear about what actually prevents you from being more prosperous. And you can make a list of things that maybe you're too wasting too much money on something that you don't really need in October. Yeah, we are talking about October, right? So maybe particularly in October, you have to sit tight and think, you know what, count up to 10 before you buy something that you think you need. So you really need to kind of retreat and reflect on your spending patterns, and maybe you should more accumulate more resources just to pay off the debts and then move along, or to find some other ways of your income, right? So quiet retreat means that you are not just sitting and waiting that the money will come to you anyways, but although you should believe that your ideas will attract a lot of abundance. But you have to think clearly, make a list of things that either prevent you from success in finances, or what can help you with more income coming. And finally, look at that, windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. So I think these two cards, it's like the angels are telling us, okay, do your job, do your homework, dear one. And as soon as you're done with your homework and you're a good guy, that's what you get. Windfall of abundance. So the more you're aware of what blocks you, uh, or how to eliminate fears related to your finance, the more abundance will be coming to you, and sometimes completely from unexpected sources, and you can give it to the universe. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. So what a beautiful card to have in October. I get the feeling that it will be in the second half of October rather than the first. And in the first half of October, Sagittarius, you have to do your homework, right? Okay, so hopefully Windfall of Abundance is already there in air for you. And I wish you good luck and a lot of abundance. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.